Good evening.
Good evening. Richard and Namaste, the infinite couple. Oh, wow. Guess I can take off my glasses. Coming to you live. Makeup. Unruly eyebrows. Okay. Here we are.
Yes, here we are. And this is our second broadcast today, right? This is, if you guys were here earlier, we did one. And now we're doing another one because we really wanted to help you fix your money.
Yes. Everybody wants more money, and everybody needs their money fixed, right? Mm-hmm. Because many of you are doing things that are literally taking the air out of your balloon when it comes to being a success and working with your money right and having more abundance.
Right. Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that and why it's happening.
Yes. Hello. So we'll give you all a minute to come in here. Make sure you invite your friends, your family, your followers, all your people. Mm-hmm. So you want to do a little intro? We are Richard and Namaste. We are known as the infinite couple, Baba Richard Moore and Shri or Mama Namaste Moore. We are metaphysicians, we are alchemists, and we are here to basically assist you and facilitate you in living the best life that you possibly can live, which is pretty dang good, by the way. And so moving from where you are right now to where you desire to be, we are facilitators of that transformation that must take place internally first, externally second, in order for you to have the life and live the life that you were born to live. That's why we're here. That's what we do, and that's what we do for you. So just consider us like, your life support mentors.
Right, yeah.
Okay?
You're willing to take the oxygen mask and put it over your mouth first.
We put it over ours,
right.
So we'll put it over yours now.
Yeah.
And help heal your relationship with your core, your kind, your complement, and your creator. Now, interestingly, so you might say, well, which one does this go with? Well, money actually connects with your relationship with your core and your creator. Mm-hmm. So if you're wondering which one of those four things money comes under core and creator, because you cannot have a relationship that is integral and aligned with yourself or with the divine if you have a missed interpretation or understanding of money, and you can't have a good relationship with money if you don't have a good relationship with yourself and your creator. Right. So it feeds itself.
It all fits together.
Yeah.
It feeds each other.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys invited people. We see people coming in. Thank you. Welcome. Your time is precious. Your time is valuable. And whenever we come on the screen, we are always here to give you value. So
yes, amp up the value. So we want. And
sometimes we're entertaining, but but more than being entertaining, we hope to give you value. So if we say something and you love it, then put yes in the room, let us know. Or if it hurts you, just say ouch. Okay. Yeah. If it makes you go, ooh, that was me, you just talked to me, then just put ouch, and that's okay.
That happens quite a bit too.
We'll kiss your boo-boos.
Right.
So we want to help you get your money right. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we were talking about this evening was how can I put this? You're sabotaging yourself.
Yeah, many of us desire to be successful. We tell ourselves a story of wanting to be successful. And what ends up happening is that we end up expending a lot of energy either in the maintenance of that story or in going toward whatever the new thing is. But we never quite arrive at our destination. We never quite get there. Right. We always are... it didn't happen because, or, there's some other reason. There's something happening there that's keeping us from being as successful as we want to be. And we all have different definitions of success. Right.
And we're sure that you have different definitions. Everybody who's watching, you guys, I know that you guys all have different goals and all different desires, right? Mm-hmm. And at the same time, a lot of those desires you have been holding for a long time. Mm-hmm. If that's you, say yes. Okay. You've been wanting different things for a long time. This isn't, in other words, this isn't new. This isn't something that you just woke up one day. It was like, you know what I think I want in my life? You know,
I want financial abundance.
You've been wanting that for a long time, right? And you've had ideas, you've had business ideas for a long time, or you've been on your career path for a long time. You've been wanting the big break for a long time. You've been wanting the promotion for a long time. You've been wanting to do something. This is only for those people who've been wanting to do something. So if this is not you, you're just like, well, I'm just kind of a, go to work, come home and sit in front of TV kind of person this lifetime. You like calling it in this lifetime.
Just phoning it in, right?
We love you.
Yeah, and that's
but
okay.
This broadcast is probably not going to reach you. It might, I don't know. But I'm really speaking to the people who you've had something. You're an entrepreneur. You have started a business. Maybe you started you started this like your 10th, 12th business iteration that you've tried, or you have something that you are going in the direction of that you love, but it's just not getting to the level that you want it to be at.
Right. Or you spent a lot of energy in the getting ready. Like if you were playing, you were on a runway, you'd be like almost driving there because you haven't taken off, right? But you sometimes you pick up speed, sometimes you don't, but you don't quite take off. You're always in the preparation stage,
right.
Getting close, and as soon as I get these pieces, as soon as I have this, I'm missing a widget or a thing here. So as soon as I bolt that on, then this thing is going to take off and it's going to be amazing. But it's been a long time now.
Right.
It's been a long time and it hasn't taken off quite yet.
You're a coach, you're a healer, you're a teacher, you are a mentor. You've got something, okay, that you have going on. And if that's you and you're in any groups right now on Facebook, share this broadcast real quick in the group just so they can see it too, because there are a lot of people who fit this definition who need to hear this.
Right, because
they need to hear this.
Especially in our light worker community. You're a coach, you're a healer, you provide some sort of thing where it's your talent, your gift, your ability to provide healing in somebody else's life. Especially if you're trying to, oh my goodness. Yes. There's a lot of people who have a dream of doing whatever it is that they do for money, right? And it's supposed to be for money because they see other people doing it and exchanging energy in the form of money, but they either do it for free or not at all. They're still preparing, and they've been preparing for a cool minute.
Right.
Haven't quite started that Reiki healing thing. Haven't started, doing that thing, whatever it is. And if you do it, you feel like, well, I can't charge for it just yet because I'm just starting out. And I've been starting out for a long time. Right.
I'm just doing it on donation only,
Love offering.
A little love offering. I just need to get myself together. I just need to get some things. I need to do some more things. Yeah. And then I will be ready. Yeah. Right? This is for all of y'all, okay? The reality is that you are sabotaging yourself.
Yes.
You are sabotaging yourself, beloveds. And the way that you are sabotaging yourself and the way this was given to us was that, and why this is so important, what Spirit said is that many of you don't realize that you are sabotaging yourself, and that's the problem. And not only do you not realize that you are sabotaging yourself, but in the course of sabotaging yourself, the why of why you're sabotaging yourself is even more hidden. Okay?
Yeah, it is below the surface. Yeah.
So, and speaking of below the surface, that's where we want to start. Okay? So you guys if you have a notebook, that's awesome, because you are going to want to take notes on this one. And again, just to reiterate, make sure that you share the broadcast. That's the one thing we ask, is everybody share. Sharing is caring. And we don't share enough of the good stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So below the surface, we are, as humans, having this human experience, we are like little living icebergs, right? You have the 10% that's above the waterline, right? That's
Right.
the known.
Everybody
That's
can
the
see.
conscious stuff.
That's the conscious stuff.
That you
right.
know that you do, that you are aware of, that you think when you think of yourself, that's what you think of, right? When you think of your behaviors, when you think of what you're doing, where you're going, whatever, that's what you're thinking of. And then you have the 90% that's below the waterline. That's all of the hidden stuff that you don't know why. Now, 10% of that is subconscious, which is where you have a lot of your memories. And a lot of those memories are just a memory of a memory of a memory of an experience. We'll get into that later. And then you have that lower 80%, which is unconscious.
Yeah.
That you have no knowledge of, my loves.
Right.
And it is in that 80% that is unconscious, that you have no knowledge of, that is where your motives are.
You know, it reminds me, when you're saying that, it reminds me, there's a story in the sacred text where a king had done something really foul, right? And then the prophet comes in and talks to him and tells him a story and says, well, what if this happened, where this person, you know, did something really wrong to somebody else, and then they just got away with it, right? And nobody knew about it, but then you knew about it and you found out about it. What would you do to that person, right? And so the king was mad. He was like, this is just wrong. This is an outrage. If I found out about that person,
bring them to me.
Bring them to me immediately, because this situation needs to be rectified. This cannot be allowed to stand. And so then there was silence. And then the prophet said, you are that man.
You are that man.
What? Me?
And you know, frankly,
I'm sabotaging my own self.
I was going to say, frankly, that's many of you. Okay? When we are talking and we're saying, hey, you know, you're doing this and da-da-da-da, it's like, wow, you know, yeah, somebody, I hope they stop doing that. And you don't understand that it's you. How do you know it's you? Because you're here. Yeah. You're the person that's here. So it's for you. If it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be on this broadcast. That's the reality.
You'd
right?
be somewhere else eating pudding or jumping out of a plane or whatever.
Pudding. I love pudding. You know, so, you know, so here, that's the reality, right? So you are sabotaging yourself, and you are doing things that is a function of self-sabotage. You aren't talking to the people. The person was standing right there, and you could have been talking about your big, beautiful dream, but you didn't say anything, right? You get on Facebook every single day, and you are sitting there going, yeah, I could, I should, I know about, but you're not doing any of the stuff that you know you should be doing when it comes to your business on social media. You have been talking about starting a blog for umpty-ump time, and you started it, and you keep stopping it. You start, you stop, you start, you stop, you start, you stop, right? Every time your business starts, you stay in a business for about a year, maybe even 6 months, and then before it can gain any trajectory, gain any momentum, you switch and decide you're going to do something different.
Something completely different.
Okay? You keep going and doing the same things. You keep hearing the same messages over and over and over again. Okay? I'm just telling you how you know that you are sabotaging yourself. You keep hearing the same messages over and over again and keep saying, yeah, I got it. I don't know why they keep talking about this. That's because you don't got it, baby. That's why you keep hearing it. Okay? You are, you know, every time the opportunity comes, you hear somebody, or you see a coach, or you hear somebody talking about business, and every single time you don't take the action, right? They say, oh, I'm doing this training on so-and-so. I will take your business from here to here. And you keep saying, well, I can't afford it. Or I want a relationship.
Would like to do that, but you know, I really don't have, I can't do it right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, okay, for instance, we have a class on financial freedom beginning at 5 figures, right? Everybody who wants to make more money and get out of being struggling and hustle should take that class. But you haven't taken the class yet. You heard about the class, I don't know how many times, but you haven't taken the class yet. Some of you even bought the class, but still haven't taken a class and implemented what you saw, what you heard, right? Those are the kind of things you keep taking.
We know who you are.
We
because
know.
You're the people,
We're coming for you today.
Right. Because you're the people who contact us probably every 3 or 4 months saying, I need another password.
Right. I need another password
to the
so I can get access to the class. I know I should be taking this class. I know you offered this, but I haven't done it yet. I'm just, I'm just trying to get myself together. No, sweetie, I want you to understand this. This is why we came on here the second time today in the rain to have this conversation, that you are sabotaging yourself. These are simply the ways that you are sabotaging yourself. And that's just, again, those ways that we just listed, that's just the tip.
It's just the tip of the iceberg.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. You don't reach out to collaborate. You don't try to give because you keep saying that you need to get first to give. Those are all self-sabotaging things. You don't love as hard and as fiercely and as freely as you know you are capable of. You keep holding something back. Self-sabotage. All of that is self-sabotage that you are doing, and it's time to stop. So I'm going to help you. Why?
Wait, don't leave these people out.
Oh. We got some more people.
You have been asking us, you've been asking other people, you've been asking the divine to send you that person, right? That wife that's really that she gets you, she knows where you're coming from, she's not in any way like anybody that you've ever dated or been around, and you've asked for that, right? You have been on the threshold. You've been at the checkout page for our conscious
courtship and dating with intention
class any number of times, and you've been hovering over that button, and then it's like, oh, my program's getting ready to come on, or whatever it is that you get ready to do, and you haven't pulled the trigger on it, right? But you come into the rooms, into the forums, and you see the discussions that are having. You see people who've gotten married, and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's good for them.
Right.
Good for them."
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody out there for me somewhere.
Or you bought the class, you took the class, but you haven't implemented the class yet, right? All of these ways are ways that you are sabotaging yourself. So here's the thing: we don't ever come to just fuss at you.
No.
Right? We are telling you about this so we can talk to you and tell you that why you are sabotaging yourself, because that's the important part.
Yeah.
Why are you sabotaging yourself?
And that why you're sabotaging yourself is really, really connected to all the things that we're talking about. It's a series of broadcasts, and they're all connected, and they all have the same kind of root cause. Right.
Now, your inner saboteur shows up. This is the thing. The saboteur archetype, which is the saboteur is when you keep sabotaging yourself. You don't know why you said that to that person, and now the contract is they're not interested in working with you anymore. You don't know why the opportunity came and went and you missed it again and again and again. You don't know why you didn't respond.
Shoot, I thought the timer had a 1 on it.
Right, exactly.
And then I go back to the timer, and now it's all zeros. Right, and I missed the deadline. So
that is the archetype.
Do it at that price. I ain't gonna do it.
And that's the thing, right? So you keep missing the sale, and if I can't do it since I missed the sale, I'm not gonna get it. No, that too is a form of self-sabotage. Why do you keep sabotaging yourself? The inner saboteur that we all have, beloved, so you are not alone, shows up as the guardian of your choice.
Yes.
Okay? That means that your saboteur shows up to let you know that there is a choice to be made. Right. And you have not made it yet. And that's why you keep sabotaging yourself. Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me?
Put a 1 in the room if you heard what Namaste said. We heard what we both said. There is a choice to be made.
There's a choice to be made.
And you have not made
that
choice yet.
That is why you keep sabotaging yourself. Because you haven't honored, you have not recognized that there is a choice that you need to make. In other words, there is a decision. There's 2 ways that you can go.
You can go and you're going to have to decide. That way. You have to decide. You have to make a choice.
And you haven't made it yet. Okay. Now, remember how we said earlier that 80% of what is going on is below the waterline? That 90% and 80% of it is unconscious. That unconsciousness, that's where your motives show up at. Okay. That's where the hidden fears are lying in wait, lurking. The things that you've been listening to and you've been talking about and you think you've gotten over, but you really haven't gotten over. And the way you know that you really haven't gotten over because it keeps coming up. And you keep saying, I passed this lesson. I passed this lesson. I passed this lesson. The student can never decide when they have passed the lesson. It is a teacher that tells when you have passed the lesson. Right. And you're ready to go on to the next lesson. So the reason why it keeps coming up is because you really haven't past the lesson. You want to, but you haven't yet, right? Because of that 80% that's under that waterline. And that is where your choices that you have not yet made are lying. And one of those choices is in how you relate or how you perceive that other people will relate to you when you begin to be successful. When you begin to have the life of your dreams, when you begin to actually embody and materialize and manifest and attract all that you know in your belly, you know in your spirit that is for you, okay? That is one of the choices that you have not yet, that's one of the costs. Let me put it a different way for some of y'all, okay? You have not yet counted the cost. And one of the costs that you have not counted is the fact that how you feel that other people will treat you, handle you, feel about you, what they will think about you. It could be your people that are close to you. It could be people far away from you. It's any number of things.
It's that change. And that perception of that change is what the fear, right, is what is keeping you back, keeping you bound, keeping you from actually making that decision. You're on the threshold, but you're like, there's something inside you that says that, well, when that changes, everything is changing. Well,
but it's unconscious.
Yeah, but it's unconscious. And your unconscious is saying, well, how do I know this to be true? Well, I can't get through a conversation about this with them without there being some blowback, some feedback that's not cool. You know, so I'm feeling like, you know, to actually go forward and actually do the thing when we can't even, you know, I'm looking at everybody's face, and when I'm talking about my so-called, as they call it in my circle, my so-called business, you know, then I'm seeing the eyebrows, I'm seeing the shoulder that moves and nudges the other person. I'm seeing the looks, and I'm feeling the energy, because we as humans, we're very energetically sensitive.
Right.
You know, and so I'm feeling the energy of that judgment, and I don't want to be perceived in a negative way.
Right. I don't want to experience that.
Yeah.
I don't want that in my direction. I don't want people thinking I'm money hungry. So you keep sabotaging your business. You won't even talk about it with people.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want people to think that I'm just in this and I don't know what I'm talking about. So I don't go to the collaborative things. I don't go into the connective things. I don't want to be the person who doesn't know about femininity. So I refuse to join SOF, because I'm going to learn all about femininity, and then I'm going to join SOF. Like the people who clean their house before the maid comes, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want people looking at me and thinking I'm being a fool for a man. So, you know, whenever I get with somebody, I'm looking at people. I'm dealing with my life through the lens of those people who are in my life. In other words, I'm looking at my beloved through the lens of my best friend. Okay, I'm looking at my business through the lens of that person I used to roll with back in the day, right? They're not even around anymore.
Right.
Through my old pastor, or my old Sunday school teacher, or whoever, right? I'm going through my life through the lens of other people's expectations. And here's the thing, this is why it's such a problem, because most people, because it is under the waterline, it's that 90% that's under the waterline, most people don't even realize that they are doing this. They think that because they have learned how to say, I don't care what people think about me, I'm good, I'm gonna do my thing.
Right.
I'm going to do my thing. Because they have learned how to say that they are actually living that.
Right.
But when we were talking about all those different ways that people self-sabotage, if that was you, then this is for you too. This is why you are sabotaging yourself, and it's the hidden reason why.
This is especially for you because you have gotten really, really good at not ruffling those feathers and not being in that place. And you call that, well, I'm living my life on my own terms, right?
Right.
Right. But you won't transgress the norms of the group that you're in.
Yep.
You know,
whatever that group is, consciousness group, feminist group, spiritual group. We living in 5D. We not living in 3D group.
Right. People who ain't got no man group.
People ain't got no man group.
People who ain't got no woman group.
The vegan group.
Right.
The single group.
Yeah. Yeah.
The social justice group, whatever the group is that you consider yourself to be, the lifestyle group, whatever the group is that you consider yourself to be a part of, you allow their opinions, their thoughts, their ways of looking at the world, they are influencing you, causing you to sabotage yourself.
You are a good group member, right? Because they can't see any difference between their lives and yours.
That's one of the reasons why we encourage people to join, by the way. Soft and School of Alchemy is because this is our nature as humans to desire to be accepted by the group that we consider ourselves to be a part of. Then you need to be conscious and choose the groups that you want to be a part of.
Right.
Choose the groups, and I'm not just talking about like the groups on Facebook. I'm talking about like the life groups that you are going to, the communities that you are going to say, this is my community of people. Then you choose the community that is going to accept you as you step into your brilliance, my love. And too often, some of you are sitting out there and you are an eagle and you have chosen a community of pigeons. And you keep trying to, or chickens, and you keep trying to hang out in that community, and you don't understand why you never get lift. Because pigeons and chickens live close to the ground. Eagles live on mountains. Eagles live in the cliffs. Eagles live in the top of trees, okay? And so you will never gain lift because of the community that you have put yourself a part of.
But here's the thing, and this is where, even in that, because some of you have gotten to that point, right? But you are saying to yourself, you're looking at the chickens around you and you're looking at the pigeons around you and you're saying, well, it would be wrong for me to judge them for who they are.
Right.
Right? Because you are flipping that thing around. So you're starting to look around and saying, well, what's best and highest for me, that everybody feel good.
Right.
And then they won't reject me either.
Right.
I'm not rejecting them.
And I get to be the big bird.
Right. And
I get to be the big bird. Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at me. All the pigeons and the chickens are like, yeah.
Right. Because at least I'm trying. At least I'm trying. At least I tried to start to have a business. At least I went to school for a couple months. At least I looked into the possibility of the promotion. At least I know what the qualifications are. At least I bought a book. I haven't read it yet, but at least I went and bought a book. Because a lot of people I roll with, they ain't even bought the book yet.
I have business cards. Nobody else has business cards.
Nobody else has business cards. There you go.
I have a website. It's not monetizable, but I have a website.
At least I got one.
I went and sat at the little meeting. I paid the entrance fee to join the MLM or the network marketing business. Yeah, I signed up. I haven't sold anything yet.
I never came back. I never went back.
But I paid the $50 or $75 or $150 or $200 that it took for me to get started. Right. But I'm not actually selling anything.
I got the packet. I got the binder. I got all of that stuff. Some of that stuff still got the shrink wrap on it. Looks almost new. And I look at it every now and then when I go into the room where I put all the stuff, where people come over, the company comes over, and I put all the stuff in there. I tripped over it the other day. And I was like, what is this? Oh, this is my thing.
My business.
My business is in there on the floor.
It's my business. Yeah, I got a business. Right. I can nod my head when everybody's talking about having a business.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
But yet whenever anybody tells me what to do, when they say, okay, this is how you can make money. I will tell you, making money is easier. This is what you do. You go away sad.
Right.
Because you don't do it.
Yeah.
You go, well, I'm not feeling that. That doesn't resonate for me.
I'm going to need to see more proof than that.
Let me just say this. When something doesn't resonate for you, I'm going to just break this open real quick. Because too many times we try to make that all deep and it's not really deep like you think it is. Like we try to make it a virtue and it's not. When something is not resonating for you, what that means is that you are not at the frequency where that thing is. So if there's a place that you want to be and someone is speaking to you from that space, from the place where you want to be, okay, you often will not feel resonance with what they are saying because you're not there yet.
Right.
You're here. They're talking here. So when they first start speaking, you're going to feel like, I don't want to hear that. I don't like that. That doesn't resonate for me. That's not going to work for me. That's not who I am. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because, but
right.
are you trying to stay here or you go someplace else? So really, that's what resonance is about. That's why I say stop focusing on resonance and ask yourself the question, is it relevant?
Right. Yeah. Is it telling me the story and the truth of where I want to be? Right? Can I understand that? Or am I still at the place of trying to evaluate where that place is from standing down here?
Yes.
Well, that's not going to work for me. Why? I know those things don't work. Well, the market is saturated. It's like, all of a sudden, you became an expert? That quick.
You're an expert. You're a market expert.
Right. It ain't gonna make no money. Ain't no future in that because leading economic.
I was just looking. Right. Now you're a financial expert. Right. Look at that. That is amazing.
Right. You can't just attract no person in your life based on what kind of criteria. You just gonna sit there and just imagine.
You shouldn't just talk about what kind of relationship you want and actually love people and treat them like that. No. Now you're what? A psychologist and a relationship
expert too. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Saboteur. Saboteur. Stop allowing your saboteur to drag you around the house because that's not really what it's there for. Like I said, it's the guardian of your choice. So what that means is that when we say that, we're saying that the saboteur is not evil. This is not a call for you to go and be like, I'm not going to let nothing sabotage me. You're going to push against it. No, right? No. This is about understanding that the saboteur is here to show you where you have not counted the cost and let you see that there is a choice you have not made yet.
Right, yeah.
There's a choice to be made that you have not made yet, and it is your job to figure it out. And a huge part of that choice has to do with how you relate and think about and understand and internalize other people's expectations, beliefs, feelings, thoughts about you, or what you think they think about you.
Right. You have all that stuff swimming below the waterline. And that is why you haven't gotten that lift. That's why you haven't pushed forward. That's why, you haven't met that person, or you were standing right next to him the other day at the grocery store. And they looked at you, you made eye contact, and then you looked away and found something interesting, some lint in the bottom of your purse or whatever, and you didn't carry it to its logical conclusion.
Yep.
So
we want you to stop.
Yes,
we want you to stop
doing that.
We want you to stop sabotaging yourself.
Yes.
And it is from that space that we are teaching the conscious and carefree. We actually changed the name, conscious and carefree class.
Right.
Because when you can truly, not that 10% of the conscious level where you're like, oh yeah, I know not to care about what other people. I don't care. I'm doing my thing. I don't care. If you don't know the hidden ways that is showing up in your life, you will still be hindered by it. You will still be stopped by it. You will still be getting
what you have always received.
Exactly.
You will still be
because
waiting.
It's still operating.
Yeah.
Just because you're not conscious of it, just because you've learned what to say, so that now it is no longer conscious in you, it is now operating at the unconscious level, doesn't mean that it's not operating. In fact, things become more powerful. That's why unconscious is like 80-90%, because it's very, very powerful, because it is driving you to do the things that you do and you don't even realize it, my love. That's what makes it so powerful. You think you have it all figured out. You think, I've been around, I know, I've heard all the things, I've heard all the messages, and I know how to say all the stuff, but your life is not changing. You have not yet built your life on top of that which you say you know.
Right. Exactly.
You are still saying, I know, but your life is still based on the things that you said that you let go of. That's a word right there for somebody.
Right.
And you know why that is happening? Because you haven't really let go of it yet. Okay, so here's what we want you to do. We've been talking about this Conscious and Carefree class. You can get the class. You can sign up for the class. It's bit.ly/careless masterclass, or you could just put #careless in the box and we'll give you the link to take the class. And the class is $47 because if you want, and it's $47, and after the teaching, if you wait, it's going to be $147. So it's, if you want to give us more money, that's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Or what you can do is you can sign up for the School of Alchemy. You can put #School of Alchemy, and we will give you a link to sign up for the School of Alchemy. The School of Alchemy is right now only $37 a month, and you will get access to not only this class, but over about 100 other classes.
100 other classes in addition to
in the School of Alchemy,
right.
as well as the things that are going to be upcoming and ongoing, because we teach every month in the School of Alchemy. And if you do not have a spiritual community that is teaching you the stuff, and you guys have been watching us for a while, you've been participating, you know that what we offer is a lot of high value stuff.
Right,
and if you do not have a community that is giving you the things that we are offering to you, if you are not being fed at this level,
that is speaking to you from the mountaintop,
speaking from the mountaintop,
from the high place,
join
right?
this one,
and encouraging you to come up higher.
Join this one.
You need to be a part of our community.
Join this one.
And you know what? Let me say this. Let's say, you take the class, right? The master class we have coming up. You take that master class and do what we do. If it does not change the trajectory of your life, if it does not put you at a place where you can see your way clear, if it does not do the things that we say that it will do, then what I want you to do is call me, shoot me an email. Let's talk about it. And I want you to tell me that I tried what you said do, and it did not work. And when you do that, I'll give you your money back. So there's no risk. There's no risk in this because we want you to be successful so much.
That's what we
want your success so much, beloved, that look, if you're willing to put in the work, I will guarantee it. So you're not putting this $47 at risk. You know what? Take the class. Show up for it. Do what we tell you to do.
Yeah.
Show up for yourself. You know what? Finally get some lift under those wings and soar to where you ought to be.
Yeah.
We're willing to take the risk for it.
Because you're worth it.
Because you are worth it.
Because you are worth it. And it makes, sometimes I get overwhelmed because I remember what it's like to feel like you have so much potential in you. And you aren't meeting that potential.
Right.
You have so many dreams. Maybe you've even forgotten half of them because life, right?
Yeah.
And you've given up on so many things, and you think that there are things that just aren't for you, or it's just not in the cards for you, or some people have all the luck, or some people just have a charmed life, or some people but not me. That's not my story. And I know what it feels like to feel like everything is just closing in around you and you don't know how to get out of it. And you don't even know if it's possible to get out of it. And you see other people and they seem to be okay, but it's like, why can't I get a breakthrough?
Right. Yeah.
And I know what that's like. And I'm here to tell you, we have been called, we went through that fire so that we could be called and be fit to teach you and to show you and to facilitate you coming out of that, my loves. We went through that so that we could show you and give you a hand so that you can achieve greatness. If you feel like greatness is in you, it is.
It is, right. And you can achieve that.
It is.
Right. You can absolutely achieve it.
You are not forgotten. Your family may have forgotten about you. You may not have had support from any place else, but the divine has not forgotten you. You are still a part of the one true creator. You are a part of that. And it is because you are a part of that makes you a part of me and a part of Baba Richard. And so we feel you.
Yes, absolutely. We do.
And that is why we speak to you and we say, come out. It's time to come out and to come up. Now, One of the laws of this universe is free will. And so the only thing we can do is extend the invitation.
Right.
And it's up to you to follow through.
Yeah.
It's up to you to follow through.
Yeah.
We love you. We love you.
Put hashtag, what? What do you want to do?
If you want the
If you
class,
want the link,
put
if you want the
hashtag
class,
care less.
right. Yeah.
If you want to join the School of Alchemy, put hashtag School of Alchemy. And we'll give you a link. And
Or you'll see the link when we repost this.
you'll also see the link because
Yeah.
there'll be a link at the top when we post it. And we love you guys so much.
Yep.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.